Hey Helena and Elijah, happy Labor Day. I'm coming to you from a bright and sunny Labor Day in Shiloh, Illinois. I'm outside getting ready to fire up the grill for Labor Day barbecue. And also, I thought in honor of you guys, I would try to blow a few Labor Day bubbles. What do you think? Let's see if I can do it. I think I need you guys here to... There we go. I got one. Can you see it? Well, anyway, I am back with the next installment of Make Room for Elisa. And if you remember where we left off last time, we were going to find out who was behind the voice at the violin recital that said, "May I sit next to you?" to Elisa. So let me turn the page and we will find out together because I do not read ahead. So, "May I sit next to you?" a voice asked Elisa. Elisa looked up. It was her father. "This is your seat. We're saving it for you," she told him. "Russell is over there." She pointed to the area where Russell and the other music students were sitting. Mrs. Michaels reached over to greet her husband. Just then, Mr. Charles went to the front of the room and held his hand up in the air to get everyone's attention. "Welcome, welcome," he said, when everyone had quieted down. "I'm glad you could all join us this afternoon. We're going to hear some fine music. All of the children have been making excellent progress. I'm very proud of them, and I know you are too." Elisa smiled. She was proud of Russell. Even when he scolded her or complained about things she did, she still liked him. She knew he would be very good at the recital. He had been practicing his piece for a long time now. First on the program was a group of half a dozen boys and girls with violins. They looked almost as young as Elisa. Together they played "Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star." Elisa remembered her promise, and even though she knew the words, she kept her mouth closed all through the music. She sat quietly, but her hands kept fingering her macaroni necklace. When the children finished their piece, everyone applauded. The children played a second one, "Row, row, row your boat." The applause was even louder when that was over. Then another group of performers came up to the front. Russell was not performing with anyone else. He was the only boy his age playing alone. When it was his turn, he stood all by himself in front of the room. Elisa thought he looked very grown up in his jacket and necktie. His hair was slicked back, the way it was when he came home from the barber shop. He looked very handsome, but he also seemed even more nervous than before. Everyone waited for Russell to begin. He stood holding his violin, but he didn't start playing. "Poor Russell," Mrs. Michaels whispered to her husband. "It's stage fright," Mr. Michaels whispered back. "What can we do to help him?" asked Mrs. Michaels helplessly. Mr. Michaels shrugged his shoulders. He didn't seem to know either. Elisa had listened to her brother practicing so often that she could hear the music clearly in her head, even without Russell playing it now. Suddenly, the music burst out of Elisa's mouth. She heard herself singing the words, "She'll be comin' round the mountain when she comes. She'll be comin' round the mountain when she comes." A woman next to Elisa began to sing the words too. Soon, everyone around them joined in the singing. When Elisa realized what had happened, she blushed a bright red. She had promised Russell she wouldn't open her mouth, and she had broken her promise. Even worse, now everyone else in the room had joined in the song. Elisa felt her face getting hotter and hotter. Her fingers twirled the macaroni necklace around her neck. What was Russell going to say about this? You'll have to tune in next time when we find out if Russell is angry that Elisa started singing the lyrics to his song when he had stage fright at his recital. Happy Labor Day!